All right, grade 6, 7s. This is a quick review of some of the stuff we did today in terms of triangles, lines, and angles, and some circles. So your task this week is to, using your big piece of paper, is to create a bit of an art piece using some of these things. We are going to be doing all the math on them next week, so it's very important that you get this done. I'm going to show you an example of one just after I go through this. So triangles. Remember, there's two different ways to categorize triangles. First one is by side length. If all of them are the same, remember these hash marks here? Those hash marks show you that the sides are equal. So if I have three of the same hash marks, it says all sides are equal. This is an equilateral triangle. This one here, I've got two sides that are same, one that's different. This is an isosceles triangle. All three sides are different. This is a scalene. Now, angles. If all the angles are less than 90 degrees, this is called an acute. It's cute. It's even in the word. If one angle equals 90, this is called a right triangle. The last one, if there's any angles, like this one, that is greater than 90 degrees, this is called an obtuse. So I'm looking for minimum each of these triangles on your art piece. And it would be great if you could actually have 3 right triangles. That would make our lives a lot easier when we do some stuff. Now, different types of lines. These can show up in different ways. So this one is parallel. Parallel. See the two L's? That's how you remember they run side to side. Same distance. This one here, anything that crosses at 90 degrees, perpendicular. Now, grade 7s, this is the special case we talked about. Notice how I have these little ticks on the side of this chord. This is called a perpendicular bisector. What that means is that we split this chord AB, exactly in half. You may have to measure that. There was a fancy trick on how we did that today in class, if you can remember it. If not, that's okay. Now, angles. Let's talk about angles. So, same thing we have up here, an acute angle. This is anything that is less than 90 degrees. And this is probably about 45. Anything that's like the corner of a square, that's a 90-degree angle. This is called a right angle. Again, bigger than 90. This is called an obtuse. Here's the hard one. A straight line, just like when you open up a book, it opens up 180 degrees. That's also called a straight angle. This one goes all the way past 180. So this one is greater than 180 degrees. This is called the reflex angle. I'd like you to try and incorporate all of this stuff into your art piece. Now, some of them you can just identify it. So in addition, my grade 7s, or grade 6s if you want a challenge, what we're going to do, I just got to draw a circle here. My mic's getting in the way. Whee! Ah! Oh, my marker's got in the way. That's pretty close to a circle. It'll do for my video. I've also had to fix this up with a Sharpie just so you can see what I'm doing. So grade 6s who want the challenge and grade 7s. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for minimum 4 circles. Remember, center to the outside is a radius. Now you guys aren't going to put any writing on your art. It's just the pictures. The line that goes across is a diameter. You can put some radiuses on, some diameters. It's up to you. 2 other things. If we have a line that touches the circle, it's called a chord. And the final one is that's not a chord. Wrong, Mr. Paul. It's called a tangent. The last one is a chord. See, I'm ahead of myself. A chord is just a line that touches the outside of the circle. So this is called a chord. So in your circles, I want you to have at least one of each of those lines grade 7s. Now, let's get to what this is going to look like. I would actually really recommend you guys do this out in rough copy first. So what I'm looking for is triangles and circles and lines. So I'm actually going to start with some circles because I really like circles. I think they're a great artistic method. So spinning the page around. Again, my Sharpie is sliding. My Sharpie is sliding all over. I'm going to do this fast. I would like you guys to take your time and make sure it looks really good. Let's do another circle. This one may not even go the whole way. Perfect. I got 2 circles. I'm going to do one more small circle just overlapping here. Now, I'm going to take it to the edge. If you're using pencil, you can always draw the full circle and then you can erase it after. Do you see how this now looks like it's kind of going down? You can set up some perspective stuff. Sometimes my camera loses focus here, so I'm just trying to bring it back into focus. There we go. So I've got my 3 circles, grade 7s. You can do one more. I'm going to put a radius on this one. I'm going to put a diameter through the little one, like so. And I'm going to run a tangent across my big one, like so. And just to see what it does, this is an art piece, I'm going to run it all the way across. Boom. Kind of like that. Now, triangles. I'm going to do these very quickly just because that's the nature of what I have to work with right now. So I'm going to draw a triangle off of that. Now I know that's going to actually be an isosceles triangle. That's kind of cool. Now I also could do a right triangle. So let's put a right triangle that is going to, oh, you know what? Let's do it off of this line here. So remember that you could actually, if you want to make this perfect, use your compass or your protractor. Remember, I'm not telling you what it is. You got to do the research. Put the dot at 90, then draw my line. So I've got my 90 degree. I'm going to run there. So I've got a 90-degree triangle there. Let's draw just another parallel lines. Now I'm doing these in color just so you can see the difference. Feel free to do the same. Great way to do parallel lines, both sides of a ruler. Like that. So I've got parallel lines, I've got intersecting lines. I do need an angle bisector. So maybe what I'll do is I'll draw a line that is 4 inches, put a mark in the middle, 90 degrees. I'm going to line that up on my line, put my dot, 90 degrees. And I might extend it down. Yeah, that looks good. So you just keep on building this out until you have triangles, you have all the things that you're looking for that are required for the art piece. So I've done this in, what are we, almost at 10 minutes already? I've only been doing this part for a bit. Now, you see where it overlaps? When you go to color this, you want to make sure that these things stand out. So I'm going to do this very quickly because I want to get this done in under 10 minutes. My circle, I could do this whole circle this blue. And then maybe I'll do where they overlap. I'll do that in a different color. You can also leave white. You can leave all that stuff. So all the criteria are in D2L on a checklist for you. And please make sure you have this done. If you don't want to color it, I totally understand. Talk to you soon, guys.